I remember when I first got into film, I was shooting 35 millimeter, and I made a promise to myself that I would always stick to 35 millimeter. And if I needed to get a better quality camera or a better camera, that I would just spend money on a better 35 millimeter. I said that I would never, ever, ever go to medium format because I didn't see the need. It was expensive, and I saw some of my favorite film photographers on YouTube have issues with their medium format cameras. So ultimately, I was like, no. Now it's a year later, and I'm on here telling you guys that I went ahead and I started shooting medium format. Using a medium format camera was not as easy as I thought it would be. First and foremost, I ultimately canceled out the RB67 because I did see some of my favorite YouTubers have issues with their RB67 and had to ship it out. So I wanted something that would not break or would be a little bit more sturdy and last a lot longer. So I did a lot of research, and I came up to two cameras, which was one was the Mamiya 7 and the other one was the Pentax 6.7. Now, unrealistically, I wanted the Mamiya 7, but I knew that I did not have $3,000 just laying around to get the Mamiya 7. So that was ultimately canceled. And my next option was the Pentax 6.7, but in my personal opinion, I felt like the Pentax 6.7 was geared more towards portraiture, and I like to do like everything. I'm an all-around photographer. I like portraits. I like landscape. I like documentary style. Like I like street. Like I like everything, and I felt like that the Mamiya 7 would have catered to me a lot better than the Pentax 6.7. Now, me doing hella research, I came across this photographer by the name of Marcus Lloyd, and he was shooting with this camera that looked super similar to the Mamiya 7 called the Texas Leica. My first overall experience with the Texas Leica was extremely interesting. I tried to make an extremely cool video of me loading the camera and going out in the field and just taking photos, right? To be honest with you guys, dude, I had no idea what I was doing, especially loading that camera. I watched 100 videos just to try to get the actual recording right, and I failed the first time. But instead of me talking, I'm going to go ahead and roll some B-roll so you guys can see what my first time shooting this Texas Leica was like, and it was an experience. It really was. So here. I'm with Hannah, the famous Hannah, the one that gives me all of her point and shoots. The L taker, Hannah. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot how to do this because I've been shooting point and shoots for so long. So I'm gonna just try. We out here in Gert Town, and we gonna take some cool pictures, you know. Hannah. Yep. I didn't break it, but I know that it's gonna be messed up because I did it. I wasn't really precise when I loaded this camera. Okay. Yeah. So this gonna look interesting. This roller film is gonna look interesting. That's why I bought that Fuji shit. I ain't gonna cap. I don't like Fuji. I like Fuji film. I know I got a Fuji camera, but like I don't like Fuji film because.
Wait, are you shooting with a Fuji camera right now?
Yes. But I do not like the Fuji film because
we are about to walk into a whole ass river.
No, we're not, bro. Like I like this house right here. You see this house? This house right
Which one?
This house. This one with the decorations on. I'm gonna be mad if this one just come out ugly too because I love.
Wait, hold on. It just like turned off. It just turned off.
It's a recording.
Oh.
It just did that.
Wait, so how do I know what kind of angle I'm getting right now?
I don't know, man. Just touch the screen and it'll open back up. Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
this one in here. You see I don't have patience, right? That's the only reason why I can't get this, because I don't have patience. And that's something I'm trying to work on. That's why my drawings in art class is like ass.
You can draw.
No. So look, you see, so you see this where this start is?
Yeah.
The start, I wound it way over here. So I don't know how it's gonna look. I'm supposed to line it like right here, right like that. And then now you can pan out and show where we at type shit. Took me to run like 2 or 3 more rolls of film to really get the hang of the camera. Speaking of film, one thing that's extremely interesting is that this camera is a 6x9 camera, so the negatives are huge. It only has 8 shots. I can just show you guys the camera also. And by the way, it's not called like the Texas Leica. Like the actual name of the camera is it's a Fuji film, and it's a GSW690iii. Yeah. It's a rangefinder, and I'm assuming that's one of the reasons why it's called the Texas Leica. And it's incredibly big. Like, this camera is huge. It's not too heavy, but it's like, you know, light enough for you to carry around. That's why I have this beautiful strap I got from Amazon. Strap, get it? Anyways, one of the biggest mistakes I've made was accidentally like leaving the lens cap on there. It's really, really, really annoying. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the mechanics of it real quick before my camera dies. Camera is like a huge 35mm. That's probably why I got the camera. It does have a rangefinder. It's probably why it's called the Texas Leica. I'm not gonna get the terminology all the way correct. So if you guys are gonna get mad, y'all gonna get mad. They do have 2 trigger buttons, one at the top and one at the bottom right here, in case you want to shoot sideways like this. What's really cool about it is it's not going to trigger unless there's film in it. To open the camera, you just kind of pop the little, not really a knob, like a little switch on the side, and then there you go. What else is really interesting about this camera is, like, I just hit to the side the little, I don't know what you want to call this, to be honest, but it hides the aperture and the shutter speed right here. And there's a little knob on the side where you can turn it and adjust it to both of them. One is harder than the other one. And then the focus ring is right here. And that's really all it takes to really work the camera. Like I said, it's literally a huge 35mm camera. This is my first impressions with the camera. I've only had the camera since October and only used it a couple of times. So I'm still adjusting to the camera, and I'm still trying to figure out how it works for real. Because like I just said in the beginning of the video, this is my first time shooting a 35mm medium format. I am used to 35mm, and this is my first time, not really my first time, but my first time using a rangefinder. So I'm just kind of adjusting. I am going to show you guys some pictures of some recent things that I've done besides the B-roll that you've seen from when I first got the camera. Let me know what you guys think about the video, the pictures. I'm sorry, my camera's finna die and my mind's all over the place. So let me know what you guys think about the the pictures. And that's really about it for this video. So if you like this video, thumbs it up. And if you don't like this video, thumbs it down. And if you want to see more of my pictures and more of my content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. More things coming soon. I'll see y'all later. Peace.